Could you abandon everything, your home, society, the modern world, to protect what you believe in? In 1936, the Lykov family did just that, vanishing into the Siberian wilderness to escape persecution. For 42 years, they lived in complete isolation, crafting a life so removed from humanity it feels like a myth. This is their story of faith, resilience, and survival in one of Earth's harshest landscapes. By the end, you'll discover how they thrive without electricity, news, or neighbors, and why their tale still echoes today. The Siberian Taiga is a world apart. Spanning millions of square miles, it's a frozen maze of dense pine forests, jagged peaks, and icy rivers. Winters plunge to minus 35 degrees Celsius. Summers are brief, and wolves and bears roam freely. Into this unforgiving land, Karp Lykov, an old believer clinging to ancient Orthodox rituals, fled with his wife, Akulina, and their children, 9-year-old Savan and 2-year-old Natalia. Stalin's Soviet regime was crushing religious communities, and when Karp's brother was shot by patrol in 1936, he knew his family was next. They trekked over 250 kilometers, settling 6,000 feet up a mountainside near the Albakan River, where no one would find them. Their new home? A single-room log cabin, weathered black, with a window the size of a book. Survival demanded ingenuity. With only what they carried, the Lykovs built a life from scratch. They grew potatoes, foraged berries and roots, and wove hemp into clothing. When shoes wore out, they crafted replacements from birch bark. Akulina taught her children to read using a worn Bible and prayer books, their only link to a world beyond the trees. 2 more children, Dmitri in 1940 and Agafia in 1944, were born in the Taiga, growing up without seeing another soul outside their family. Imagine a childhood where the forest is your universe, and your siblings are your only friends. Their days were filled with labor, planting, hunting, crafting, and nights with prayers and stories, recounting dreams as entertainment. Life teetered on the edge of starvation. A bad harvest could be fatal, and in 1961, disaster struck. A June snowstorm killed their crops, leaving no food reserves. Akulina, the family's anchor, gave her share to her children, starving herself to save them. Her sacrifice haunted the family, but they pressed on. Dmitri, now a teenager, became a skilled hunter, chasing game barefoot through snow, his endurance forged by the taiga. They built traps, carved wooden tools, and spun hemp into cloth with a homemade wheel. Their faith held them together, a beacon in the endless winters. For 42 years, the Lykovs were ghosts to the world. They missed World War II, the Cold War, even the moon landing. Karp once noticed fires streaking across the sky, likely satellites, and wondered what humanity had created. Their solitude shattered in 1978 when a Soviet helicopter carrying geologists buzzed over their homestead, spotting a garden in the wilderness. The pilot landed, and the team, led by Galina Pismanskaya, approached the cabin. They found Karp, now an old man with a wild beard, and his children, who spoke a cooing dialect shaped by decades alone. The geologists offered gifts, and while the Lykovs refused tea and bread, they accepted salt, a treasure they'd lived without for years. The outside world was both a marvel and a shock. An electric torch dazzled them. A television, shown later, horrified Karp and Agafia, who prayed to cleanse its sin. The geologist's visits, detailed in Vasily Peskov's book Lost in the Taiga, made the Lykovs folk heroes in Russia. But contact came at a cost. In 1981, Savan, Natalia, and Dmitri died within days, possibly from germs their isolated immune systems couldn't fight. Dmitri, refusing a helicopter evacuation, said, "A man lives for howsoever God grants." Karp died in 1988, leaving Agafia, then in her 40s, alone. Born in a pine tub, she chose to stay, tending the garden and cabin, In 2021, a Russian billionaire funded a new hut, but Agafia, now in her 80s, remains rooted in her faith and the Taiga. The Lykov story is a mirror to our own lives. They fled to preserve their beliefs, surviving starvation, loss, and solitude in a land that forgives no mistakes. Agafia's refusal to leave, even after tasting modernity, asks us, what is freedom? Is it the comforts of society or the raw pulse of the wild? Share your thoughts below. If this story moved you, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more tales of human spirit.